just what this means for him. He's an incredibly great human being, and I'm just really happy for him and his family.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yep.
So, where do you see?
I don't have a charter.
Does that matter, though?
I don't know if it matters. I mean, the charter thing is a funny business right now. I mean, I think that there's probably a tipping point where buying a charter is, look, I'm running a racing business here. Right? I don't have $1 billion company that I can lean on or anything like that. We've got a lot of people interested in what we're doing. And the barrier of entry is high financially right now for a charter, and I'm not convinced you have to have one to go race. So, we're going to try to expand and grow as a business. That's not 100% dependent on us and our ability to buy a charter.
Would it champ your ass if you went somewhere else? That's the key.
No, I mean we're working hard right now on putting a deal together for him, and it's my plan that he'll race for Trackhouse next year, alongside some of our partners in the Chevy family. He wants to do this. He's done everything that he wants to do in Australia, and he's really excited, and he's really, really good. He's just really, really good, and I think that his talent, when he goes through the learning process on an oval, I think really quickly he'll get up to speed, and we're just really excited about the opportunity.
Daniel is right outside the bubble with a bubble boy getting in with a win. How do we support him? 2 races to go. How do we get him in?
He has to win. Yeah, he has to win now. I mean, he did everything today. He performed today at the highest level that I've seen him perform. We had some problems in the pit stops, but his pace, his commitment, his fire was exactly why we pay him to do what he does, and he was awesome today. And it changes the landscape with a 34 winning. So now we got to go to Watkins Glen. We got to try to win that race, and if we don't, we got to go to Daytona and try to win that race. It's as simple as that. Now it's a simple thing now.
When you have a driver perform how they did today, like if he did, how much tougher does that make it to have an issue in the pits?
Well, it's really tough. I mean, it's really tough because I think if we come down pit road and have a 9.5 second stop, I think Daniel wins the race. Right? Yeah, but this is a game of tenths, and it's like every foot placement and how you run around the car and how you get in the pit box. I mean, it's the aggregate of so many small things that have to work perfectly in the highest pressure situation, which is that last pit stop. And it's hard on everybody. So you have to perform in those moments. And we had a bad pit stop. That's what it was. But he had a 23-second pit stop. He finished 7.5 seconds behind the winner. So it's hard, but this is a hard game. So I'm not going to give anybody a hard time. This is just a very, very difficult thing to do. And we had a tough pit stop, but the performance from Daniel was awesome, and everyone's super motivated to go to Watkins Glen now.
In all your days in this sport, have you ever seen 14 to 20 this close? I mean, from a competition standpoint, just this tight, the competition.
This is really a testament to this new car. I mean, everybody's got the same stuff, so it actually puts more on the people. It puts more on the performance, the execution of the driver, the strategy, the pit stops. There's so much more pressure on that than there's ever been because we're not designing and building cars that are proprietary to our teams where the geometry of the clips and all that stuff just make a faster race car. We sort of have all the same race cars, and it's set up and it's execution. And so now it's really, really a people game. So I'm not surprised that it's this way. It makes the sport more difficult, but it's an opportunity for Trackhouse because I've said a million times before, like, we invest in our people and our processes, and the fact that we can be new and come in and contend like we're contending is, that's the opportunity this car is going to.
I stepped in late, but did you address talking about the future with Shane and what that could be, the timeline for maybe shortening it up?
He wants to come over here. I mean, he's done a lot of what he wants to do in Australia. Three-time Supercars champion. He's in the prime of his career, and he loves this NASCAR racing. He had a lot of adversity thrown to him today because the engine wasn't really running right. We didn't have very good pit stops. The car wasn't really where he wanted it to be, and still battled back and got a top 10 finish. And his rate of adaptation has been such that we really believe that this is a guy that can come in and be a star in this sport. So we're working on a transition year next year for him, get him a lot of experience, a lot of track time in different divisions, and really be intelligent and methodical about how we build that program. And then we'll see what the future holds.
Can we see him come in like in December, January, maybe some oval, late model stuff like that?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah.
We saw Shane run a clean race at IRP, his first oval start, and then today he ran, I think most of the race, he was 8 to 12, somewhere in there for most of the race. What did you learn about him as a race car driver?
Well, I mean, I continue to learn about him and also continue to be impressed by him. I mean, really, today, again, this is his wheelhouse, is road racing. Now he's racing against guys, that have been to this track before, and teams, that are competitors of Trackhouse that have data sets and information from 2 years, I guess, of running here. And he still battled, through some adversity and got top 10 finish. To me, the big thing this weekend was his truck race at IRP. I mean, to me, that was probably the biggest part of the weekend as far as his development and learning. Never driven on an oval track in his life when he woke up on Friday morning and had 15 laps of truck practice and had to qualify and finish in the top 20, stay on the lead lap till about 10 to go. And that was an indication of how quickly he can adapt and learn and all that. So yeah, we're really excited about the future.
Justin, a bit of a big picture question. You saw Brody and Lee run with RCR and run with 2311, and add that to Shane and Jensen and Mike Rockenthaler as well. Does the amount of international drivers making their Cup debut and being in this race in general validate what you've been doing at Trackhouse with Project 91?
Well, I don't think it's about us. I don't think it's about Project 91. I think it's about the new car. I think it's about where the world is at right now. In content and competition and sports and entertainment. I mean, racing is a global sport, and this car has enabled this NASCAR sport to be able to be more globally relevant. And so I think it's, we saw that opportunity in launching Project 91, and we see other people seeing that same opportunity. And obviously Kobayashi and Brody and Jensen and Rockefeller and all those guys coming in here, experiencing it. I mean, the racing business is big, the industry is big, but it's also a small community, and everybody watches what everybody's doing, and people around the world watch NASCAR racing. It's a very, very cool type of racing. It's something that inspires and interests a lot of people, and so now we're at an age in this sport where some of the greatest stars in racing globally can come to NASCAR, and we're just trying to help do that for us and then also for the sport.
Speaking of which, today was actually the first NASCAR race that's been broadcast on Japanese television.
Yeah.
What up? It's Brad Perez. Click subscribe and watch one of the 2 videos right beside me. Visit frontstretch.com for more racing content.